What if I told you that every single day, without saying a word, without writing a goal, without even thinking consciously, you are broadcasting a frequency so powerful it shapes your entire reality? Not with magic, with mechanics. You've been trained to believe that your life is shaped by action, by effort, by external hustle. But science, real quantum science, and ancient wisdom agree on something far more radical. The energy you radiate, the frequency of your state of being, is the blueprint that the universe uses to construct your next moment. And most people? They're broadcasting from loops they didn't choose. Childhood pain, old heartbreaks, cultural trauma, limiting beliefs they didn't even realize were downloaded into their nervous system. You wake up and instantly reach for your phone, not because it's urgent, but because it's programmed. You scan for problems, compare your life, react to the world, all before your soul even has a chance to breathe. And what's wild? That pattern, that emotional signature you carry into the world before breakfast, becomes the vibration the universe reads as your command. Your body is the antenna, your emotion is the signal, and your subconscious is the programmer. So here's the question no one ever asks. What are you broadcasting right now, on autopilot? Because even if you're visualizing abundance, if your signal is rooted in stress, you'll collapse more scarcity. Even if you're saying affirmations of love, if your nervous system still feels unsafe, you'll draw people who mirror that tension. You don't receive what you want, you receive what you are, vibrationally. And the moment you realize that, truly realize it, your entire life can change. Because then the question isn't, how do I get more? It becomes, what frequency am I ready to embody? In this video, we're not just going to talk about broadcasting. We're going to reveal how to shift your internal station from unconscious repetition to quantum coherence. And once you learn to broadcast with awareness, you'll realize the universe was never withholding. It was just waiting for your signal. Let's break something wide open. Your focus isn't passive. It's not some innocent act of watching the world unfold. In the quantum field, your focus is creative. It's architectural. When you focus on anything, a memory, a fear, a possibility, you are sending a command into the field, a frequency. And that frequency starts organizing probability into form. This is the observer effect. Not just a theory, but one of the most replicated principles in quantum mechanics. That reality doesn't fully take shape until it is observed. That means you're not just watching your life. You're selecting it. Every single day. But here's what no one told you. You're always observing, even when you're not aware of it. Your emotional habits, your assumptions, your body's nervous system reflexes, they're all types of observation. So if you were taught that the world is made of matter and you're just reacting to it, flip that script. Matter is secondary. Consciousness is primary. You're not reacting, you're broadcasting. And the frequency you repeat becomes the timeline you lock into. Let that settle. You're collapsing realities with your attention. So if you feel stuck, if life feels like a loop, it's not because you're cursed or broken. It's because you're unconsciously observing from the same identity, the same lens, the same signal. Most people try to manifest something new while still watching from the old self. They visualize abundance, but check their bank app with fear. They speak affirmations of love, but look in the mirror with criticism. The result? Mixed signal, incoherence, delay. Because the field isn't listening to your wish. It's tuning into your dominant vibration. So here's your invitation. Stop watching life through survival eyes. Start observing from the version of you who already has what you seek. Because that version isn't a fantasy. It's a frequency, and it's waiting to be collapsed into your now. Not by striving, by resonance. In the next section, we'll show you exactly how to shift that frequency, not in theory, but in your nervous system. Here's the part that changes everything. Most of what you're broadcasting isn't coming from your conscious mind. It's coming from your subconscious, and more specifically, from your nervous system. 95% of your thoughts, reactions, and emotional reflexes are not choices. They're rehearsals, programs you didn't install but have been running for years, maybe decades. Your body wakes up and remembers lack. It remembers betrayal. It remembers not enough. And so before you even have a conscious thought, your energy has already emitted a signal. This is why you can want success and still sabotage it. Why you can crave love but attract the unavailable. Why you can say, "I'm ready," but still feel resistance in your chest. Because your signal doesn't come from your words, it comes from your state. Think of your nervous system like a broadcasting tower. If it's still stuck in survival, fight, flight, freeze, it's broadcasting fear. And the field, ever so precise, mirrors that with delays, blocks, and more reasons to defend. This is not punishment, it's physics. And here's where most spiritual seekers get stuck. They try to manifest through mindset. They affirm, journal, visualize, but they never shift their state of being. The field hears their fear louder than their affirmations. So it reflects that signal faithfully. The loop continues. But here's the key. The moment you bring awareness to the loop, you disrupt it. Not with willpower, but with presence. The moment you notice the emotional reflex and choose a different breath, a different posture, a different thought, you create space. And in that space, the field begins to reorganize. That's not magic. That's coherence. That's quantum alignment. So pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what am I broadcasting through my baseline state? Not what I say, what I feel most of the time. That's the signal shaping my reality. And the power to change it begins not with doing more, but with becoming someone new in how you be. In the next section, I'll guide you through a radical practice that can reset your frequency in less than 3 minutes and shift your broadcast from reaction to resonance. Let's make this real, because knowing that you're broadcasting is powerful. But learning how to shift that signal in the moment, that's where transformation begins. I'm going to give you a method, simple, fast, and backed by both neuroscience and quantum biology. It's called the signal reset loop, and it takes less than 3 minutes. First, pause whatever you're doing. Sit or stand still. Feel the surface beneath you. Let your shoulders drop. Breathe. Slowly, deeply. Let your breath become the center of your awareness. Now scan. What emotion is running the show right now? Is it fear, pressure, doubt? Name it silently. Naming brings it into consciousness, and consciousness is the first ingredient of change. Next, choose a new signal. Ask, what's the version of me who's already in alignment feeling right now? Maybe it's calm, grounded, certain. Don't force it. Just feel for it. Even if only 1% of you can access that feeling, breathe it in, expand it, embody it. Let your posture shift. Let your expression change. Let your frequency update. Now, here's the final step. With your eyes closed or open, whisper to yourself, "This is the signal I'm choosing now." That declaration isn't just words, it's a vibrational command. You've just moved from unconscious reaction to conscious selection. You've interrupted the loop, and the quantum field has already begun responding. This might sound small, but it's massive, because the more often you do this, reset your signal consciously, the more your default state begins to change. Your nervous system rewires, your energetic signature stabilizes, and your life reorganizes. Not gradually, geometrically. That's neuroplasticity. That's coherence. That's quantum physics in motion. So the next time anxiety creeps in or you find yourself spiraling into an old loop, pause, reset, declare. And remember, your frequency is not fixed. It's fluid. It's yours to shift, moment by moment. And in the next chapter, we'll go even deeper into how your identity, your story of who you are, becomes the lens through which all your reality is observed, and how to rewrite that identity at the source. Let's go deeper, because now we're not just talking about emotion or momentary focus. We're talking about your identity, the story you keep telling yourself about who you are. That story? It's not just mental. It's electromagnetic. It's your baseline frequency. It's the lens through which you observe reality. And remember, what you observe becomes what solidifies. So if your identity says, "I'm always behind," or "it never works out for me," or "I'm not the kind of person who can have that kind of life," then your observation is rooted in that frequency. And the field responds, not to what you desire, but to the version of you that you're being. Most people wake up every morning and unconsciously rehearse who they used to be. They feel the same emotions, think the same thoughts, walk the same patterns, and then they wonder why nothing changes. But it's not fate, it's feedback. It's not punishment, it's precision. The field is showing you the reality that matches your most practiced signal, and that signal is your identity. So here's the real quantum shift. Your identity is not who you are. It's who you've been rehearsing. And rehearsal is not truth, it's repetition. Which means this, you can change it. You can stop broadcasting from the old script. You can stop being the version of you that was shaped by wounds, limits, and external noise, and you can start choosing, not pretending but observing from the identity of the version of you who's already free, already abundant, already grounded in peace. This isn't fantasy, it's frequency. And the moment you start observing life through that lens, consistently, even if only in small doses, you begin to collapse a new timeline. The shift isn't outside you. It's in the eyes you're using to look at reality. In the next part, I'll guide you through a breakthrough practice that lets you install a new identity in your nervous system, not by faking it, but by entangling with the version of you that already exists in the quantum field. Now that you know your identity is a broadcast, not a fixed truth, let's make it vibrate differently. This next process isn't just visualization. It's quantum entanglement. You're about to tune your field to the version of you who already is what you've been trying to become. So pause everything else. Sit. Breathe. Let your jaw unclench. Let the noise drop. Now close your eyes. And imagine, there's a version of you, not in the future, but in the field, who is already living the life you desire. Not perfectly, but powerfully. Calm, clear, free. They wake up with certainty. They make decisions from alignment. They don't chase, they radiate. Picture them. What are they wearing? How do they walk? How do they respond when life gets loud? What do they no longer worry about? Don't make it dramatic. Make it subtle. Real. Let their presence rise inside you, not as imagination, but as recognition. Now here's the key. Don't look at them. Look as them. Observe your current life, your room, your phone, your relationships, through their eyes. How does it feel? How different is your posture, your breath, your focus? This is not pretending. This is tuning. You're aligning your electromagnetic field with theirs. And that field, coherent, stable, anchored, is what the quantum responds to. Stay here for a moment. Hold the feeling. And now, whisper silently. This is who I am now. Not someday. Now. Feel that phrase move through your body like a new baseline setting. You've just entangled with a new identity. Not by effort, by frequency. The more often you do this, not just think it but feel it, the more that version becomes your default. That's neuroplasticity. That's signal rewriting. That's how timelines collapse into form. In the next chapter, we'll expose the hidden reason why your past keeps repeating, even when you've done the work, and how to deactivate the energetic signatures that keep rebroadcasting your old life. Let's get brutally honest. Even after all the inner work, the journaling, the affirmations, the breakthroughs, why does the old version of life still echo back? Why do the same triggers return, the same delays, the same patterns, dressed in new clothes but vibrating the same? It's not because you're not healing. It's because the signal of your past identity is still active. Somewhere in your nervous system, the emotional signature of fear, doubt, and protection is still broadcasting. Not loudly, but consistently. Quiet hums of, I'm not safe yet. Subtle echoes of, this might not work. Fleeting flashes of, don't get too excited. And that's the frequency the quantum field hears. Not your effort, not your hope, but your baseline coherence. See, the universe doesn't respond to your desire. It responds to your signal. And most signals are not conscious. They're stored in your body. not just as memories, but as muscle tension, as micro-reactions, as breath patterns, as emotional set points. So you can say, I'm abundant, but if your body is still bracing, the field registers resistance and mirrors it. This is not spiritual punishment, it's energetic precision. Because coherence only happens when your thoughts, emotions, and nervous system are broadcasting the same truth. That's why surface-level manifestation work often fails, because beneath the vision board is still the same nervous system, trained to survive, not to receive. But now you see the loop, and seeing it is how it ends. The truth is, your old reality isn't chasing you. You're still unconsciously tuning into it. And that signal, you can shut it off, not with force, with frequency. In the next section, I'll walk you through a technique called frequency interruption, a simple yet powerful method to break emotional feedback loops and deactivate the signals of the past, so your field finally has space to receive something new. This is the part no one teaches you, but once you know it, you'll never unsee it. You don't need to fix your past. You don't need to rewrite every trauma, decode every childhood wound, or wait until you're fully healed. You just need to interrupt the signal. That's it. Because once the old frequency stops being broadcast, the field stops reflecting it. This is frequency interruption, the practice of disrupting unconscious patterns before they collapse the same timeline again. Here's how it works. Step 1. Catch the loop. The moment you feel yourself slipping into an old pattern, anxiety, self-doubt, fear, pause. Don't fight it. Just see it. Awareness is interruption. Step 2. Name the signal. Say silently or aloud, this is the old frequency. That act alone shifts your brain from identity mode to observer mode. It puts you back in the seat of the creator. Step 3. Interrupt the state. Do something physically different. Stand up, shake out your arms, change your breath, exhale deeply. Smile intentionally. Movement shifts energy, and the nervous system follows motion faster than thought. Step 4. Install a new signal. Ask, what would the version of me who's already aligned feel right now? Choose one word. Calm, confident, grateful. Then breathe that feeling into your system. Let it saturate your cells. Let it overwrite the residue. And finally, anchor it with a command. Whisper or declare, this is the frequency I choose now. This might feel subtle, but your field hears it loud. Because the moment your inner state changes, your signal changes. And the moment your signal changes, the field starts reassembling. That's not motivation, that's electromagnetic truth. You're not changing your life through thought alone. You're changing it through vibration override. The more you interrupt old frequencies and stabilize new ones, the more you collapse new timelines into form, without effort. In the next chapter, we'll reveal how to anchor your new identity daily, using a practice that rewires not just the mind, but the field, turning alignment into default and your future self into your current. You've interrupted the old signal. You've tasted the frequency of the future self. But how do you hold it? Because alignment isn't a one-time breakthrough. It's a practice of remembering. The nervous system doesn't rewire through intensity. It rewires through consistency. Welcome to the Daily Field Anchoring Method, a 3-part ritual that stabilizes your highest frequency and makes your chosen identity feel normal. You don't need hours, you need intention. Part 1. Morning Hooning. Before your phone, before the noise, sit for 2 to 3 minutes. Close your eyes. Ask, what version of me am I choosing to be today? Picture them. Feel them. Then ask, how would they move through this day? Lock that in. That's your energetic code for the next 24 hours. Whisper silently, I am broadcasting from this identity now. Part 2. Midday Signal Reset. Set a timer for mid-afternoon. When it goes off, pause whatever you're doing. Breathe. Check your field. Ask, am I still broadcasting from my chosen identity? Or did I slip into an old signal? If yes, no shame. Just realign. One deep breath, One posture shift, one silent reset, return. Part 3. Evening Embodiment. Before bed, close your eyes. Replay your day. Not what happened, but who you were being. Where did you embody the new frequency? Celebrate it. Where did the old version sneak in? Just notice and bless it. Then end with this declaration. My field remembers who I am becoming. That's it. This 3-point practice, done consistently, doesn't just shift moments, it reprograms your timeline. Because repetition tells your subconscious, this identity is safe. And when something feels safe, the nervous system adopts it. That's when the universe accelerates. Why? Because now you're not requesting a new reality, you're broadcasting one. Daily, predictably, powerfully. In the final chapter, I'll guide you through the most important realization of all. Why the universe was never testing you, never withholding. It was just waiting for your coherence. And now, it's here. Here's the truth no one told you. The universe was never testing you. It was never withholding, never punishing, never slow. It was precise, surgical, responsive. It wasn't waiting for you to be perfect. It was waiting for you to become coherent. And now, you are. Because coherence isn't about doing everything right. It's about broadcasting one clear signal, one true identity, one stable frequency that says, without needing to prove, this is who I am now. When you live from that field, from that remembrance, everything around you begins to reassemble. Timelines bend, people shift, synchronicities appear, not because you forced them, but because you finally matched them. And now your job is simple. Keep the signal clean. When fear whispers, smile. It's just the old code trying to stay alive. When doubt arises, breathe. Your nervous system is just checking for safety. Remind it, we're safe now. When the world feels noisy, pause, tune inward. Feel the quiet hum of your new self, still but magnetic. That's your anchor. That's your field. That's your truth. You don't need to chase your dream reality anymore, because you're not separate from it. You are already entangled with it. It's not ahead of you. It's within you, vibrating, pulsing, calling. And every time you choose to feel it, even for 1 minute, you collapse it further into form. That's not mysticism. That's quantum physics. That's you. So right now, if something in you shifted, if your spine straightened, if your chest softened, if your energy slowed, that's not an emotion. That's confirmation. You've remembered. You've tuned. You've begun. And if you're ready to keep walking this path, not just learning, but living as the frequency of your future self, you're already in the field. Comment below, I am the signal now. Not for me, for the universe. Let it register, let it echo, let it collapse. And if this message vibrated with you, subscribe. Not just to this channel, subscribe to your field, to your becoming. Because this isn't the end. It's the frequency before everything changes.